Hey, We Are Live fans. This is Jeremy Allen Stanton, veteran of the U.S. Air Force and owner of Barrel Beard and Tattoo. We created a unique and highly effective hair and skin oil, which we age in used whiskey barrels from local distillers right here in St. Louis. Barrel Beard and Tattoo products are made by hand with only the finest natural ingredients. Whether you're trying to get your beard game in check or your skin looking and feeling better than ever, we can help. Visit Barrel Beard and Tattoo to learn more about our story.
Cornerstone Mortgage's Melissa Kaiser. She's a loan officer, and she is here to help. Not only does she specialize in helping first-time home buyers, she'll work with you on your USDA, VA, conventional loans, and much more. She is always available for her clients and can't wait to work with you. Contact her today, 314-346-6264.
She'll make your dreams come true.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Melissa Kaiser, Cornerstone Mortgage, does not endorse the singing. Equal housing lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee, 9717 Landmark Parkway Drive, Suite 101, St. Louis, Missouri, 63127, NMLS number 650731, company NMLS 223109.
You're now tuned in to the Free Play Media Podcast Network.
We are live. Chris Denman, Travis Terrell. Special conversation here with the great Gary Owen. He's at Helium Comedy Club all weekend long. Go see him. If it's not sold out yet, get tickets online. St. Louis Helium. Just check it out on Google. Good to have you, man. What's happening?
Thank you.
Great to see you. You look super pumped to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No, before we can get this party started, do you have a UFC match coming up anytime soon? Are you going to be in the big three? Because you look ripped right now. You look in great shape.
Oh, really?
So awkward time to start hitting
I
on
know.
the guy.
Right, I was like
I
this.
think we go ahead and just get it out the way right now.
Right.
Let's call it a smaller shirt.
Yeah.
Small shirt.
We are 44 seconds in, and we've got a Me Too moment,
Yeah,
Travis.
there we
Like,
go.
look what
Right.
you've done,
Yeah,
man. Look what you've done. Keep yourself in shape. You're out on the road, obviously, right? I mean, that's
Yeah, well, it's the older you get. It's like when I started doing stand-up in my 20s, it was you go to cities and you look for the bars and the nightclubs and that. And then once you hit over 40, now you start looking for coffee shops.
antique
gyms,
sales. Yeah,
And like
exactly.
gluten-free waffle spots.
Right.
You know,
Farmers markets.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I get excited. If I see like a juice press place, I'm like, oh shit.
It's over. What's
It's like a club to me now.
It is.
For real.
Yeah, you
I
go.
have to-
Ivana. Oh, this is going to be nice today.
People are like, hey, let's go out after the show. You're like, ooh, estate sale in the morning. I was kind of
literally,
scoping
I mean, think about
online.
the mornings. Like once you get over 40, your mornings become your nights. You get excited about the mornings.
You do too. That first coffee, there's something
Oh, yeah.
magical about that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely became. I've become a coffee drinker over time.
Is that right?
But it's funny how, and I know it's everything going on with Starbucks, but they find a way to bring me back.
Yes,
Because when I
sure.
started, it was just the sugar drinks and milk, and I didn't care, and the scones and everything. And I was like, dairy's not good for you.
Right.
So let me go to soy. Then soy's not good for you. Let me go to
Yeah.
almond. Now they got that.
Yeah.
Then I went, how can I limit the sugar? I went cinnamon dolce. Now I'm just straight almond milk latte. There's no sugar. And then I went gluten free. Then I got gluten free snacks. Wow. I'm like, you guys, not a game over at Starbucks.
See where you're headed.
Just don't arrest black guys. No, we're good.
That's what you say. Think like the white man, Travis. Isn't that what you say?
That and when you're playing Family Feud.
Yes.
Always think like the white man.
Where'd you grow up, man? Where did you?
Cincinnati.
Where'd you start? Cincinnati. Damn. That's. I'm trying to think. I feel like you're on top of the comedy world as far as just a hot name comes in town. People get super excited. Tom Segura's from Cincinnati.
Is he?
Yeah. I feel like. You didn't know that.
No.
I thought I was like, are you fucking with me right now?
No,
Like, what's
because
happening?
it's interesting you say that name.
He's crushing it right now.
because
yeah.
he just got a movie with Mark Wahlberg called Instant Family.
You're not joking right now?
No,
Like, I'm like, what are we
they're
doing
filming
here?
it right now, and
He doesn't even do TV.
I don't know. I got called back for it a couple times, and then obviously when you don't get it, you kind of like you just glance, see who got it.
Yeah.
And Tom Segura got the part. And I was happy. I'm not that dude that I'm like this. When they hire him like this, I could have did better. But I'm cool with Tom. But I think that about everything, though.
Yeah.
Every time I don't get hired, I'm like, you messed up. But it's cool. I get it.
That's the jealousy part of it. That you can't let that get you down, man. Like, right? Like that's you got, especially in stand up where it's like so much of what you do, you're going out and just you're grinding, you're snatching up what's in front of you. I think it's funny, I guess, maybe if you would see somebody get super petty over that, over a job they don't get or something like that. Do you stay pretty grounded whenever it comes to just seeking out work and opportunities? We have a unique setup working with some talented people too, and I think people would be surprised at the levels people get to, at the bullshit you still deal with, and the jobs that maybe aren't even offered to you.
It's part of the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always say I'm just trusting the process because I feel like I'm doing everything right.
Yeah.
Because I'll be the first to admit I wasn't a good actor when I first got to LA. I thought I had it. And when I found out with stand-ups, we like to be loud. And we think loud is the scene.
Right.
And we over-exaggerate everything, almost too funny. It almost becomes, like a circus act. I had to learn to tone it down on some things, but sometimes when you don't get it, you go, I should have went louder.
Should have went harder.
That's the first
louder.
thing you think of when you don't get it. Like, I should have went louder. I should have went louder.
Is that a natural thing, or was that working the rooms that you worked and got good in and it's accepted in Cincinnati?
We're stand-ups. We project,
Sure.
on stage. So you get in a room and you're auditioning. You feel like you got to do the same thing, where sometimes you got to bring it back. And then when you don't get it, you're like, I should have projected more. Like that's the first thing you think of. Like,
should have put it out
they
there.
They don't know what I had.
Right.
They don't get it.
That's kind of your point of view, Travis. Just be loud in the face of adversity.
Well, that's almost expected if you're a black comedian, especially.
You know what?
Why are you so meek?
I wouldn't go there because lately we've been seeing an influx of the black comics getting TV deals and TV shows, and they're more of the
They're more meek.
They're more Childish Gambino,
Donald Glover type.
I was going to say like
even
more
Michael Che
rock
is even
for that. Yeah.
a little bit more.
That's the route. If I'm a black comic now,
right?
That's the route I'm going.
Interesting.
I'm going with glasses and a backpack.
That's the move.
Right.
What do you? And they're all on the same click. You got Lil Rel's doing really well right now, and obviously Carmichael. And then
you look at guys like the Lucas brothers. You look at those.
Right.
Guys.
Perfect. I couldn't think of the names. I was brain fart. That's what I was stuck on.
I always think
the Lucas brothers, and even Jermaine Fowler's maybe a little louder, but he's on Superior Donuts.
He's been here a few times.
And it was funny. Like a couple years ago, I auditioned for that pilot, Superior Donuts. Sometimes you go into a room and they're just doing it for protocol.
Right.
Like they got this. It literally was like 3 words. My audition.
Really?
Like when we got like 4 pages.
There's so many comics that work on that show too, right?
Right.
Yeah, like Dave Keckner's on there.
It was 4 pages, and they said, okay, we're not going to do the first 2 scenes. We're just doing the one. So it was just a page. And when I tell you it was, I'm thinking maybe 3 lines, 8 words.
Right.
And I literally left there. I call my agent, like, what was that? I go, they clearly have an offer out.
Right.
Or they know, like, even the room was like, we're just going through the motion.
Right.
And the bad part is, the guy before me, you can hear through the door, was messed up. I said, how do you mess up 3 lines? Like, I literally heard him go, hey, can I start over?
Yeah.
I went, no way. You blew 3 lines? Are you that nervous? You just start slow, bro.
It's really weird that you would call Bert Kreischer out like that on our show, man. I can't believe
it.
Right.
I met Bert on the airplane. He was coming to Cincy. And I knew him, but I didn't know if he knew me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it'd be awkward if I went up to him. But he definitely came up to me. He's like, yo, Gary, man, I'm a good fan. And I was like,
you do a good Bert.
And I was
as he
yo.
spills his vodka soda on you. Yeah.
Right. And then we just started talking. I mean, it was cool because I wanted to say something, but I didn't know if he knew me. I always feel that's awkward.
That's another thing. Comics you like to project. You're also like really, it's strange how small you think you are at times. Or like, of course it's cool if you guys say hi to each other. I feel like that's a trait that higher level comics kind of share with each other, and that's funny that
I didn't know if he knew me.
Right? Yeah.
And I always think it's weird when you tell somebody I'm a comic, because you don't know what their angle is.
Right.
I've got somebody, because if it's a lower end name, if comics just starting out, the worst is, hey, watch my stuff. I don't want to watch it. I don't. You know what I mean?
No.
Is LeBron watching tape on a guy at a junior college right now?
Sure isn't.
Right. Hey, LeBron, Yeah. I played for U City High School here in St. Louis, man. I'm JV. We watch my tape, though? I'm freshman, though. I'm playing JV.
Right. Yeah.
It's on Huddle. It's on Huddle.
I'm sorry if you get this question a lot, but I've been very curious about this because you jumped on the scene, and you jumped on the scene at the height of BET's Comic View. And I've always been curious as, being a white comedian in the late 90s, jumping on BET Comic View, trying to work that room, and take us back to that experience. How were you received? And what were your impressions when you were given that opportunity and you took it and ran with it?
Well, since we're talking about basketball analogies, it was more like when I got to LA, I waited in line 3-4 hours at the Comedy Store to try to become a regular, the open mic things.
Right.
And I did it 2-3 times, and then Mitzi Shore finally said, okay, you're going to showcase, let's say Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Right.
So 5 people showcased, 4 girls and me, and I was the last one to go up. And the 4 girls went up, and then I went up last. And when I went up, I only got 5 minutes.
Right.
And your whole goal is to make Mitzi laugh or to become a regular.
Do you have a good Mitzi impression?
No, I don't know her. This is where the story gets left. Yeah. Rest in peace, but
yeah.
I look in the back of the room, and the Comedy Store's not that big, and she's got the 4 girls in Hogan Court. She's talking to them. But I'm on stage.
Wow.
I'm still showcasing. I went, wow. The 4 girls became paid regulars, and I didn't. And not to sound cocky, but I clearly had the best set.
Right.
And I had material that was good. It wasn't like hacky material.
Right.
So I was like, I said, I will never be back here. I will never
to
perform.
The Comedy Store.
I will I'll go back every now, but I won't go up and perform in the original room or anything like that. I won't do it.
Wow.
And but I could go to the black rooms.
Right.
So I could get up on the black nights, so to speak.
Okay.
Because there was Tuesday Night Guy Tories who's from St. Louis.
Exactly.
That Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
So I would do that, and then Mondays was the Improv, Sundays was the Laugh Factory, and then so I would go to all the black rooms, and I think I was since we're talking basketball, I was like a freshman in high school going to an all-black high school, but I was white.
Uh-huh.
But I went up for the basketball team, and we're like, okay, that white boy's pretty good.
You're good.
Uh-huh. They're like this.
Keep
Watch
him
out
around.
for him.
Keep him
He's
around.
pretty good. I would get picked up at the basketball game.
Would you have done it any other way? As far as we have this back and forth, and it's in that we discuss predominantly black rooms and having to work those black rooms, and how that you get put through the ringer very quickly. You're going to find out right away whether or not you have the chops to be able to make this work. Would you have it any other way? Are you happy that having gone through the route that you did, especially working black rooms, it ultimately made you a better comedian? Do you see it that way, or you just figured your material was going to work one way or the other?
Well, when I started, I just want to get on stage. I would do I would make my own rooms. I would go up on there was a Wednesday night that they had karaoke, and instead of doing karaoke, I would tell jokes at El Torito's in San Diego.
Okay.
And they knew when I walked in, it was like, he ain't gonna tell jokes. He ain't singing a song. He's gonna tell jokes. And they kind of waited. After about a month, people started to be like, okay, watch this guy.
Okay.
That's like the ultimate too. That's like doing push-ups with 2 45-pound weights on your back too, because it's not just a regular push-up at a karaoke bar though. I mean, talk about an uncaptive audience. They don't give a shit about you. They're there to sing Journey because they're cutting steam off. Karen in accounting screaming at them. But
I couldn't get on stage.
Yeah.
I couldn't find rooms in San Diego. So I would just make them. There was a nightclub called Mr. O's, and all the clubs closed at 2 o'clock in San Diego. Mr. O's opened until 4. And why they were taking the liquor, because the liquor got serving at 2. You got to take I would go up and start bagging on people from 2 to 2:15 and tell jokes in the middle of the dance floor. So when people were getting their drinks taken away, and some people would leave, but then you had people coming from other clubs to still party.
Right.
I would just tell jokes for about 10, 15 minutes. That's how I cut my teeth. I wasn't really doing comedy clubs. I was just trying to find microphones.
Chaos. Yeah.
And stages that I could get up. Yeah. And then they started paying me $50. I thought I was rich.
Right.
Mr. O's giving me $50. They was like, dude. I'm like, dude, this is it. This is where it's at.
Mom, Dad, I made it.
Yeah. I'd stay at Mr. O's till 4. And then I remember I was on a flag football team, and sometimes our games would be at 8. I was like, I don't think I'm in full peak condition right now, Coach. Doing the Lawrence Taylor.
It's not going to work out. So today at this point in your career, doing theaters, headlining at Helium all weekend here. You guys need to go see him this weekend as you listen. as far as your act or just how a set goes for you, are you still working with the? I guess just keeping it high level crowd work. Do you get into that, or you go strictly with like, hey, this is a rehearsed act. I'm going to hit the beats and I'm going to knock it out. Is it a little more free form at times still?
Oh, yeah, comedy clubs, you have to. I mean, I always like, you might see somebody in the front or something, mess them. It's show by show. Show by show.
It's weird thinking about this. There was a story told to me that a comic was on the other side of a room in New York in like in the late 90s, and George Carlin was on the other side, like rehearsing his act like it was a play. Like it was like that. Like that's what he would do. Like so. Sometimes that's it's interesting to hear that how it works. Like that's not. Yeah. No, more jazz, right? No. More improvisational. Yeah.
I'm eating food. Like they're saying Gary Owen. I'm like this with my teeth. Like
hey, what do we have here?
Let's go. It is. But only stipulations I ever give my openers is I say, unless somebody heckles, leave the crowd alone. Because I don't know if I want to mess with them.
Right.
And there's nothing worse than I've had, and that's why a lot of times I bring my own openers now. There's nothing worse than, I mean, there's a lot of things worse, but an opener that literally goes down the line, everybody in the front row, and doesn't really say anything funny, but just he gets all the information out. So then the spontaneity's gone when I get on stage. Like, what do you do? Where you from? Or how long you been dating? Is this your wife?
Right.
You've already got it, and you didn't say anything funny about it.
Right.
You just got the information out. I'm like this. Dude, you went down the whole first row, though? Like 20 people?
Like, bro.
Yeah, you only had 20 minutes. As I said, dude, I got to be up there an hour. You got 20. Leave the crowd alone. Unless you're getting heckled. I get it. But leave the crowd alone, man.
Tell us about your feature you brought with us. I
got a little Asian dude named Sam Comedy. Sam.
The evil smile on your face right now, like, tells me, like, either the joke's on him or the crowd. Like, is this?
He's new. He's worked with me for a couple years, but he was hosting for a while and he wasn't ready. But I feel like he's ready now. So, and it's so funny. He gets so nervous still, and I'm like, "Say, just have fun, man."
Yeah.
This is what I always say. I go, "Hey, did you hear about what happened to the feature last week?" He goes, "No." I go, "Exactly. Nobody fucking cares."
Right.
Right.
No, I mean, I hate to sound harsh, but nobody gives a fuck about the feature.
Right.
If the headliner sucks, then people want their money back.
Yes.
If the feature sucks and the headliner's fine, nobody cares.
Whatever.
That's why I go,
That's a good way to look at it. That's a good point.
And you know what? I think I just realized, I think Duke Taylor's opening for you tonight. He's very funny, too.
He's the host?
I believe so. Yeah. He's doing a...
Well, he's getting paid to be the host. I don't know what he's doing. All I know is Say's getting the feature money. That's what I know.
Right. Yeah.
Say's getting the feature money.
And then here's where we work a plug-in, too. Duke Taylor can be seen June 2nd at our show. You guys check out tickets, weareliveradio.com. Ian Bagg, Jonathan Kite, 6 local comics, and music, podcast, all that good stuff. Send up on Shaw, June 2nd. See how I weave that in seamlessly.
So Duke Taylor's from St. Louis?
Yeah. I believe I'm going to feel really embarrassed if he's not, but I believe he's opening for you.
Okay.
So yeah, I just thought about that.
I know they got to have a host. They got to have a host. So
yeah,
Duke's clearly the host.
As far as at this point in your career, as you're auditioning, you're out on the road all the time. What do you want to continue to just barrel into? I mean, is it bigger stand-up shows? Is it more specials? Are you wanting to do more movies, TV? What are you wanting to advance into?
I definitely want more movies.
That movie money long, I hear. That's long.
Well, it's a gift that keeps giving. Movie and TV if you get on a syndicated show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I did a few episodes of the Wayans Brothers.
Yeah.
I was on House of Pain for a season. So when the residual checks come in, you're like, oh, but I don't live my life off TV and film money.
No.
My whole lifestyle is based off my stand-up.
Right.
Whenever I get like a residual check, I'm like, whoa, that's a shock. And I'm still, sometimes I have to tell myself, wow, there's actors out there waiting on residual checks to pay their rent.
Yeah.
Like struggling.
Can you imagine?
I can't. I can't fathom it.
See it and go get it every weekend.
You be calling your agent, like, yo, when's that coming in? I just saw it air on TBS. When is that check coming?
Wow.
You know what I mean? You're like, I couldn't even fathom that, you know? But yeah, I mean, like I said, I just want to stay working, and I'm lucky enough that I have been working consistently the last couple of years. You know, I don't think I've gone a couple months without doing some kind of TV or film appearance. So, you know, we're writing my book right now. So that's, I mean, that's.
I'm about to say, how
You got
that's a-
to
that's
fill
a-
us in on that,
I'm
man.
about to say that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a process.
It's dark. It's not like it's gonna be funny.
Right.
The good
But
thing
it's
is
dark.
with comedians, when you sell a book, you guys are entertaining, and you like listen. You have a captive audience. Even if you think we're dickheads here, you're gonna bring it right in the
Yeah.
interview. Book sales, it is so fucking transparent. Whenever these people, like, who is it? Call Me Out, pushing his book right now.
It's a good book, Chris.
The
I
guy,
want you to
I'm
relax.
sure
It's a good
They,
read.
they do this bullshit where they try and stir up controversy. Just comics' lives are so interesting to hear about anyway, and then just everything that you've done. That has to be. Is that exciting to you? Scary to you in a way? Because if you're saying it's dark, it's got to be pretty fucking dark.
It's dark. Because I never thought I was that comic. I never thought I was. You always hear comedy comes from pain. I was like, no, it don't.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh, well, what happened was we had a couple things happen. My brother passed away of a heroin overdose. He thought he was shooting up heroin, but there was fentanyl in it.
Jeez.
So he died, and he was the one I was close with. 'Cause
When was
I
this?
got two brothers. May 20th, 2015, he died.
Sorry.
So when he died, you start to look at yourself like, Now my other brother is getting sentenced May 8th. He's going to prison for selling and using heroin and fentanyl. So what got me was
Still in Ohio?
He was, yeah. I said, God dang, he was selling the shit that killed our other brother. He was selling fentanyl. So, and I'm the one ostracized from the family. Like my mom
Like they think
doesn't
you're-
talk to me. Because I got a stepdad and he's like a Hitler, but he's got a followers of 4.
Oh,
and it's
right.
that family.
I see.
And the one that didn't bite in was the brother that died. So me and him were close.
Right.
So when that happened, I go, okay, I got 2 brothers that are drug addicts, heroin addicts, and I didn't. So why didn't I go there? So I had to really look into myself. You know what I mean? So that the book's going to be dealing into that.
That's a lot to unpack, man.
It's a lot.
It is. So are you gonna? I mean, obviously you can encompass a lot of your life with that. I mean, are you planning on getting into road stories? Are you planning on getting into? I mean, are you going to dish on maybe some rivalries you've had? I mean, we got.
Oh yeah. That goes. It all coincides.
Yeah.
Like why did I go the black route?
Right.
And
Right.
why have the black community accepted me so much? And I think a lot of it is the white men in my life were the fucked up individuals.
Interesting.
My dad went around. My stepdad was abusive. I go, and all the black guys I ran into was cool.
Right.
My first soccer coach, I was 6 years old, was Mr. Limas. I was like, dude, I love Mr. Limas.
That's awesome.
And his son was Tyrone Limas with the big afro. Everyone wanted to hang out with Tyrone. Everyone wanted to hang out at the Limas' house. Like, dude, let's go Limas'.
Yeah.
That was like the first black guy I hung out. And then my first babysitter was a black dude named Sonny. And my mom worked with him. And my mom had me when she was a teenager. So my mom worked in a factory. So whenever my mom would want to go out, I go over Sonny's house. And Sonny had nothing but girls. So it was like all these little black girls and me.
That's
and then I remember they
hilarious.
were so nice to me. Like, I remember we were eating dinner one night and they had liver. I'll never forget it. Liver, disgusting, lima beans. And I was like, I don't really like that. Like, I was like, I don't really like that. And they was like, I remember they was like, Daddy, he don't like liver. Daddy, he don't like liver. And they go, well, get him something else. And I was like, what? I had never... In my house, it was, this is what's it.
This is dinner
Either
tonight.
eat it,
That's a wrap.
and that's it. And you couldn't get up till you got done eating. Because my mom used to make, I don't know why I made liver. I hadn't had liver since I was like 10.
Right.
Liver's the worst.
Yeah.
I would take the cream corn and cover the liver and then literally try to dilute the liver taste with the cream corn taste. And then I put my hand on my nose, put my finger on your nose, like, and try to just swallow it whole. But Sonny wouldn't make me eat. And then there was a pool in the apartment building where Sonny lived. And I remember I just jumped in and started swimming. I'm like 5 or 6. And I remember his daughter's like, dang, Daddy, Gary swim good. Dang, Daddy, Gary swim good. And I was like this, you guys can't swim?
Yeah.
And I was like the man at this pool with all these black people.
Right.
Yo, come on, cannonball.
Hey, black ass on the sideline. What the hell is he?
Travis,
What do you
you'd
think
still
he
be
is?
looking at him like you can
That
swim.
is impressive.
No,
I would have
that-
said the exact same thing.
But even my coaches in high school was a black guy, and like he looked out for me and noticed me. I mean, the book it's going to dive into all that, but it's really about how you can come out of a dark situation if you it's more like a thing for society. You just have to look out for kids just because they're lashing out at school. Right. Don't just think it's a bad kid. Find out why they're lashing out. And I was lucky enough that I gravitated towards the right people growing up. I never gravitated towards the people in the trailer park or the people doing drugs or skipping school. I wanted to be around, the kids doing their homework and the athletes and stuff.
So when did you realize, like, okay, I got this comedy gene. I have this. I want to express myself comedically. When did you realize that? Okay, I'm going to jump into stand-up. Because going through that type of ordeal, the type of upbringing, I wouldn't immediately think that stand-up would have been the first thing.
Oh, no, I knew it.
Really?
I remember my junior year, they came in saying we got to take the ACT and SAT. And people will tell you, I said, I'm going to be a stand-up. I don't need this. I used to tell girls they should date me because I was like, I'm going to be famous, so you should. And I used to tell, and girls have sent me messages on Facebook like, dang, you called it. I literally be looking at girls like this. I'm telling you, all right, that's fine. And then we had like a quarterback. Our quarterback in high school, name was Wentz Morris. He ended up going to Miami of Ohio. I remember we was at some party in the summer, and this girl was talking to Wentz. Are you going to forget about us when you get big and famous and you're in the NFL? And I was like, I'm going to be big and famous. Like, I literally butted in, tried to cock block a little bit. Excuse me, what are you talking about? I'm going to be rich and famous.
Right.
Wentz going to Miami of Ohio.
Right.
There was no Ben Roethlisberger.
He's going to be a high school coach.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy JV coaching.
Right. But I literally, it was in my gene. I ran away one time, and it's going to be in the book. I ran away one time when I was a junior in high school. And I told my buddy, I said, take me to the bus station. He goes, what? I go, I'm going to catch a bus to L.A. I'll make it. I go, I'm funny. I'll make it. And he was like, all right, so we go to the bus station. We had $13. I can get to Louisville. It's like this. They don't ever show this in the movie. Greyhound's expensive.
Right.
We had $13 in 1990.
Yeah, that's not
They was like,
work.
Cincinnati's like, you can get to Louisville. You got an ID? You don't have an ID? Nope. I said, dude, I'm 16. Oh,
that's when you could get away with that more,
but
too,
a lot of
man.
comedians will even kill for that type of confidence. For you to be at that age and say, I'm not only going to be famous, but I'm ready to jump on a bus and go to Los Angeles. Why do you have that level of confidence so young?
I would watch stand-up on TV and be like, I'm funnier than him. Wow. Like, I would watch, and I had never been on stage.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm funny. And I know it sounds so cocky, but it was in my brain. Like, I remember when I knew I had it and I knew I could do it was remember I've fallen and I can't get up was the commercial.
Yeah,
I've fallen and I can't get up. I wrote a joke about it. In my brain, I wrote the joke.
Right.
And then I saw somebody on TV do it verbatim. And I was like, it was like the light came on. I go, holy shit, I got it. Right. That guy just told my joke.
It's validation.
Like, nobody knew he told my joke, but I knew he told my joke. And I go, that's verbatim what I said about the commercial.
Wow.
Right.
And I was like this, I got it. I got it, man. And I would have delivered it better.
Well, that mindset or behavior is why you're where you're at and why you've had that success. It is weird how we look at that, though, because if a kid came up now and said similar things to you, you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, but I'd eat it up if a kid said, "Oh, I'm gonna be huge." Like, it's different when you're loud and obnoxious about it.
Right.
I'm gonna be the funniest motherfucking room. If a guy just goes, "No, I'm gonna be big."
Yeah,
I'm gonna do stand up, and I got it. I'd look into him like this. It's almost like one of the coolest interactions I've ever had with a fan was at a Foot Locker in a mall. This 14-year-old kid came up to me, and I'm looking at shoes, and he goes, "What's up, Gary?" And he never looks at me. Like,
right.
We're sitting, we're looking at shoes. What's up, Gary? And I look over, I go, what's up? Then he started talking about the shoes, right? And he goes, yeah, you like these? I go, I don't know, I'm just kind of looking. So he started explaining shoes to me. And then he goes, yeah, man, hey, you think I can get a picture? You know, but the way he did it I was like, I want a picture with him. Because he was so smooth. Like, he just came in, what's up, Gary? Because normally you're at the mall, people go crazy. Right. Oh, my man. Okay, come in the store. Oh, we got some Hollywood's here. You know, he was just so smooth. And then his mom showed up, and his mom walked over, and he goes, hey, this is my mom. And I was talking to her, and I'm happily married, but mom was hot. I was like, dude, this family is amazing right now. You got the coolest kid with the hottest mom. Smooth
that's
as
a
shit.
rewarding interaction as compared to what it can be.
Right.
Sometimes. Do you have a trigger? Is there a, hey, big man, where you know you're about to get annoyed by somebody? Is there a typical?
I don't look or respond unless you say my name. If you just say comedian, I'm nothing. You're not coming to see me.
Yeah.
Everything's ticket sales for me.
Right.
It's like if you say Gary
I like
Owen,
that
I
about
might
you.
look,
I like
and then I'll
that.
say what's up. But if you're a comedian, funny dude,
A funny man.
I'm like this. Nope. Not. I don't even look back.
even go down.
I got fake phone calls. I'm so glad that they came out with these.
You can put those in now.
These
Those are
dilute
life
everything.
segment, man.
That's true.
These earbuds.
Quick point to the earbud.
Yeah. I don't even act like I'm doing it. I just start singing a song. You know? I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Is he listening to Tiffany? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It has been what I have called perhaps one of the toughest weeks in Black history this week, especially on Twitter for obvious reasons.
Are you allowed into Black Twitter?
No, here's the thing. I was going to lead into that.
I got
That
a
was my next
whole
question.
10 minutes on Black
I'm
Twitter.
about to say, because you know
He
on
won't-
Black
he won't
Twitter,
show me
you
it.
know the craziness that it can ensue. Because
They
there
came
was a
after me.
moment, there was
They
the...
came after you.
After the Monique
yeah, because
video.
there was was it the cookout?
Sorry,
because they
I'm-
were coming
I'm
up.
jumbling this up.
Well,
Dude.
essentially there was this hashtag people invited to the cookout, which this is in pretend cookout where
Yeah.
people who are not black can be invited to. And so did your name come up as far
I
as
invited Adele.
that's right.
And they were
then-
like, you can't be inviting nobody. You invited. I was like, it's not a real cookout, guys.
Right,
people had
yeah.
to remind like, guys, this cookout's not actually taking place anywhere.
Well, and then
No,
I was ostracized from the cookout when I said something about
Pretend cookout.
Monique, and then they said you're not invited to the cookout, and then what else? They came after me recently. What I do recently? Oh, me and Michael Blackson had a fake beef on Instagram.
Right.
Completely fake. I always say Instagram is it's in living color to me.
Yes.
It's sketch shows.
It should be.
60-second
Yes.
sketches. And the fact that people take some of this stuff serious, like me and Michael Blackson was texting each other, telling each other what to say with the beef. You know what I mean? I said, call me a colonizer.
Right.
And he said, call me, you colonizer. And I was like this, go ahead. And I love when people are like, Michael Blackson's killing you. I go, what's my joke?
He's using my joke.
I'm cool with
It's a
it.
strange sensation to
Nobody-
feel. You're like, I'm killing, and it hurts.
Yeah.
right. Like,
Right. Everybody likes a good beef. And so I said, I went on the Breakfast Club and I dressed as Tekashi 6ix9ine, that rapper.
Right.
And then me and
Which
Michael
is
Blackson went back and
hilarious.
forth. But what people got upset, not a few people got upset, was when me and my wife did, Michael Blackson said, I bet you won't say the N-word.
right.
So I got my wife to say it for me, right? So she said it when I couldn't say it, and people like they were like, "Y'all, you're bed wench, and this is slave mentality." I go, let's bring it down a little bit.
That's, yeah, I'm about to say, you're gonna
Then I
have
said,
to
"Did
pump
you
the
get
brakes
mad at
with that
Chappelle
one.
when he did the
Right.
KKK
Right.
sketch?" No, why? Because it was a goddamn sketch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a real person.
It's just the weirdest thing because you've been in the game for a while. Is it weird watching this world just all of a sudden, like, you knew your fans were out there, you knew the audience was out there, but to see them immediately react to almost anything that you do, even if you're just eating breakfast and you post it on Instagram, it gets so much attention. Are you surprised, like, you're in an industry that now the fans are almost in your face every second of the day? And
Fans are great. It's the angry ones that get me.
yes.
Like, you get on social media to be, and if you really look at people to get mad at something you do or say on social media, they're mad at everything.
They
true.
hate their life.
Yeah.
They hate it.
They're dealing with some shit.
But I said we always say there's definitely racist people in every race, but the racist white people are the ones that get the press.
Right.
But what I've found through social media is, and going to people's pages, is people try to say they're pro-black, but what they really are, they're anti-everything but black. And they're anti-black people that like white stuff. They're like, no, you're black and you have to like only black stuff.
Right.
And they get mad at black people for that. And I'm like,
I got
so
yelled at for
that's
like a new
just-
girl.
That's racist.
Black Twitter
in
almost got rid of me.
itself.
Yeah, I was like, you
know
like
what I mean?
Zooey Deschanel? What the hell is wrong with you, Terrell?
That's not a way to live either. Like
Well,
that's
what-
not sustainable.
What got me was when I did a video talking about the fake woke black Twitter.
Right.
Erica Badu made a comment on my page, said, "Love you, Gary." Right. people got mad at Erica. Oh, she been changing for a while. She been on her way out for a minute.
I saw this coming.
Right?
Saw this
Erica
coming a while
Badu,
ago.
really, Erica Badu
changed. What are you talking
Come on
about?
Dude, so you're again.
She literally hosts the Soul Train Music Awards.
Right.
She's Erica Badu. She's Erica
great.
Badu.
She's great.
Are you at the level where there's some weirdness with the general public? Like, I get it. Like, you can have people that are huge. People don't bug them. Like, there's a weird energy between, like, John Hamm's from here. He can walk in through St. Louis. People will say hey to him. I don't think people are going to be too weird to him. Do you have that type of appeal to certain folks, whether it's teenagers or something? Do you deal with that ever? Do you deal with any stuff that you would say, like, this is fucking weird? Like, do you deal with
there's been
that?
times. It's not like it's everywhere.
Right.
But, I mean, there's been times I was like, I'm going to leave.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Or the phones immediately come out. I go, I just walked away.
Yeah.
And T.I.'s wife made a great comment on social media, and I didn't think about it, but she posted a picture, and she was with some friends, and she was like, had a great time last night at this club in Atlanta. And this girl makes a comment on her page, said, I liked your music. I love you and T.I. and blah, blah, blah. They go, but you were so mean last night. I'm no longer a fan because you wouldn't let me get a picture, and your security was assholes. Her response was great. She goes, I appreciate you. She goes, but if I get a picture with you, then I get a picture with everybody. And then I'm not having a good time. Right. She goes, in another circumstance, I would be happy to take a picture with you. Just in the setting last night, it wasn't conducive. I was like, yeah, that is true. Because if I do go out to a nightclub or anything social, the first picture, the floodgates are open.
Yeah.
And then I've had people sit in my booth at a restaurant, and I'm eating with, like, I remember one time I was with my daughter. I was eating with her. This lady literally got in the booth, and I looked at her and I went, I'm eating. She goes, you know this comes with it. No. And then her phone didn't work. No. And then her phone died. She's trying to get another phone. And we had to leave. We just got them left. I said, we got to go somewhere else.
That would be the part that would sort of kind of set me off, because no line is worse than this is what you signed up for. Like, that would probably make me lose it.
One of the best responses I ever seen was Deion Sanders. I feel like I'm name dropping, but he came to Cincinnati. Ravens are playing the Bengals, and I went out to eat, and there was like eight Ravens with us, Baltimore Ravens. And this guy comes up to Deion, and he goes, Deion, baby. He goes, I don't want to interrupt you, man. He goes, but I always told my mom, if I ever seen you, I got to get a picture with you, man. For my mom, I got to get a picture. Deion, and in the guy's voice, like, that's how the guy approached him. It's like, dude, he just became Jay Farrell, Deion Sanders. He goes, hey, brother, I appreciate you. I do, man, but I do not take pictures when I'm eating. But I do appreciate you, and I appreciate your mom. Dude goes, that's real, and walked away.
That was it.
So the guy goes, one of the guys goes, hey, man, why don't you take a picture with him? And Deion goes, that guy feels good about not getting that picture right now. And I was like, the way he responded,
he's a prophet.
Oh my God! I go, now I get it. I get the charismatic stuff. I Deion's all over the place.
That you can't
Man, I appreciate you, brother. But I do not take pictures when I'm eating. That's real. That's real. And then he like faded away though. Like he got smaller. That's real. I go, did he just disappear? Like he just like
it's like the guy
disintegrated.
tames a wild wolf, and it's like, what did you just do? Like, what is that?
That was crazy.
That's it. And people get aggressive in those situations too. We've been there. Remember the thing with Corolla? You get people like, they'll push you out of the way. They'll get out. We did this thing where, but if a show with him, right? And you've got a bunch of people wanting pictures, they will shove your mom out of the way and ask her to take a picture of that. So I think we need more of Deion Sanders style in our life, man.
But you know who's unassuming? A good friend of mine is Ken Griffey Jr. And when we go out,
I'm sorry, repeat what you just said.
I don't know who.
Repeat that.
Ken Griffey Jr.
No, repeat the sentence you just said.
Good friend of mine is Ken Griffey Jr.
God damn, that's so dope.
So when we go out, it's funny, man. He don't travel with nobody. He ain't got no security.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah,
he is unassuming, and like literally, he'll be at a restaurant and people be like, "That can't be him." We went to a pizza spot in Orlando one time, right? And we walked in, and they never forget. They set us in the middle. There was like his kids and my kids was there, right? So there was like 8 of us.
Right.
They set us big in the middle of the restaurant. And right when people was like, oh, the owner came, like summoned us. We went to some room that was off the grid.
Yeah.
Like we went back through a kitchen, down a hallway, and all of a sudden we was in this like Godfather room, right? But I was like this. The fact that, and the owner comes out and apologizes.
Swell coming, though.
Right, but the owner goes, sorry, she didn't know. The owner literally went to the front, the girl that was the hostess, she didn't know. almost an apology. But it was funny because I was like, this is not gonna work out before this pizza gets here, because you could see like it was starting to come, right? You know what I mean?
Wow. The mob kind of just foaming.
But
a
every
little
time,
more
like
every bit.
he just hangs out. He don't travel with.
But how does that work for you? Because I feel like your wife doesn't play, and I feel like does she have ground rules for you? Like when fans are out in public and they're coming up to you when you're doing your family thing, like
No.
how is she adjusted to handling people coming up to you?
Well, she knows that sometimes it's not their fault either. They've never seen a celebrity. Like, you know, we live in Ohio, and sometimes you're in these places where they just haven't run into. Like if I go into Taco Bell right now, and there's a bunch of black kids in there, and they go nuts. Like that's like they're like, whoa! I didn't think anybody's gonna walk into Taco Bell
right
at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, then also too, you're not at the mall. You're in fucking Taco Bell. They're not at the comedy club to see you. They're like
sometimes it's shocked.
What's happened? Like the situation is almost not traumatic, but almost like something in its own.
And they're like, it's an opportunity. Like they're not going to believe. We're in social media. They're not going to believe. I just got a picture with him.
What about the kids? Are the kids they father?
Yeah, well, we had the reality show, so they're used to it.
So they're wow, that's good. They're already adjusted to the.
They're not even tripping.
We don't have to keep you here a ton longer, but if you're going to bring up a reality show, what man, worth your time and money? I mean, the scale of.
I would do it again in a minute because it's on you.
Yeah,
I was executive producer. They couldn't make me say anything I didn't want to say.
Right.
But they're goddamn dog whispers. They mind fuck you because my wife was like, they're not coming in our bedroom and they're not coming. My wife's closet is the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
You can't see the floor. I've never seen nothing like it. Like I'm like, how did this happen? It looks like a hurricane just hit her closet, ting, and then left. You can't open the door. Like you gotta step over shit. You know, you can get if somebody wanted to rob our house, you can get lost. like in her, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, if we had like a stash of money or drugs, just put them in your closet. They'll never find it.
Nobody's taking.
They would never find it in the Aldo shoebox. All that cocaine. Never. You know what I mean? But
yes.
But that's why I said it. But they were in our bedroom. They were in her closet. I go, how'd you guys do that? But like I said, you can't do anything. Nothing can come out of your mouth that you don't want to come out of your mouth.
That's true.
So when people talk about reality shows, because it was funny, people are like, you gonna do reality show? It breaks up marriages. I said, I thought it made people multimillionaires. And then
they get to go to Bora Bora.
Why didn't you bring up that part of it?
It's the mortgage.
I'm sorry.
Those 2 car notes that are in the garage.
It breaks up marriages. I go, I thought maybe multimillionaires. That's the angle I was looking at.
So does not having enough square footage.
Right.
Yeah, like that.
Right.
That's an issue we'll trade for one another. So, all right. So, what do we need to look out for? When's the book coming out, man?
I don't know. It's got to be right. You know, it's got to be right.
Will you have a ghostwriter or at least somebody that you yell at to type?
No, I'm writing it with. I can't do it. I can't do it. And it's not even ghostwriter. I'm writing it with Rick Bucher, who's an NBA writer.
Really?
You know who Rick is?
Yes, that is awesome.
That's who I'm writing it with because he wrote Yao Ming's book and he's wrote a couple books.
Bucher, that is nice. This should be.
Rick,
but he's from Cincy
as well.
He's a Cincy kid.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and he's got a. It's not my place to say, but he's got a hell of a backstory too. So we related on a lot of things.
Okay,
like mine was a lot darker, but he got the mentality.
I know who Rick Bucher is.
Yeah, that's who I'm writing it with.
You guys look like your cousins.
Yeah.
No, but he's been on TV. He does everything.
Yeah, he used to be an NBA analyst, and now he's strictly in the Bay Area. But when we have our podcast, you know, I got my podcast is hashtag Get Some, Gary Owen Get Some. But it's under Rick's umbrella, so we've been friends for about 8 years.
Does he have a network? I mean, how does
United We Cast is the network?
Very nice.
I was meeting with all these different writers because I felt like it was time to write the book. I was ready. I was over the grieving process of my brother, and it went from me trying to help like drug addicts after my brother passed away to what gave me the epiphany of the book is my story isn't about drugs, it's about childhood trauma and how you can come out of it. Right. You know, and
it's so important too. Yeah. I mean,
oh my God. It's all because you don't realize a lot of these kids don't have a chance.
You really don't. Think about the shithead kids when you're elementary. Like think about I had a great upbringing. My parents are amazing, all this stuff, but you get in fights at school or something, right? And then you're like, why was that one kid always the one getting into fist fights with kids? You know what I mean? Like we had a good school we went to, but then you start realizing as you get a little older, like he probably got tuned up every day he went home, or maybe he didn't eat dinner the night before or something like that. Like it's pretty messed up, and it's anytime you can help people by having a unique story and a platform like yours, I think it's a fantastic idea. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah,
it's self therapy when we're writing it.
It
you
is.
know, because you're kind of like, I almost look at it like, God, how did this guy make it? Wait a minute, I'm talking about myself.
right.
You know what I mean? And you realize like there's a level of thinking, and St. Louis is really similar to Cincinnati, Midwest.
for sure.
It really is.
Where it's, you know, if you guys read the book Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance,
No.
I would recommend it.
Okay.
It breaks down the psyche of it talks about how basically it's not how Trump, nothing to do with Trump,
Right.
But it breaks in the psyche of Trump knew how to tap into broke white people.
Right.
Because we're the most pessimistic, white people are the most pessimistic people, the broke ones.
Slash
Like there's no
unchained
joy.
optimism too.
Yeah.
Like they're all
Lottery.
Like, I'm going to be a millionaire
Yeah.
someday. Yeah.
But it's there's no happiness in their lives where even broke black people have church and music.
True.
And Latinos have family.
Right.
Everybody got on Reggie White. Remember when he talked about different
family
races
when he went
and
to the-
stuff like that?
Have you
Everybody
heard
was-
that?
But it made sense.
It totally makes
And
sense.
people were like,
It's
"How
just-
could he say that?" I go, "What are you talking about?"
Because
And we that's the thing. You
we're
get
simple
condemned.
creatures, and you can break it down sometimes. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, I don't know. The goal is for the book to be out December and January.
Okay.
Around that time. And it
Okay.
could be a little later, but not much.
Right.
A year from now, the book will be out. That's what I'll say.
That's impressive.
Within the year.
well, somebody like yourself that's out on the road too, that helps. Like everything that you do feeds back into its own marketing lane or something like that. You're out talking to media, all these things. You don't even have to do a specific press tour. You're out touring anyway. Oh, buy my book while you're at
Yeah.
it too. That's unique. It's a good
Yeah.
place to be.
Yeah. The book's going to be, I don't know. It's dark, man. There's some shit in
Well,
that
then you
book.
option it to a movie.
Could.
TV
That's
show?
having the J.D. Vance, that Hillbilly Elegy, which I recommend.
Okay.
Ron Howard saw it. He read the book and he's making the movie out of it.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? And he just breaks down that mentality of it's just cycle, man. Thank God I got out of it. That's why I tell people too, man. When you got kids, man, and I understand some people are financially strapped, you gotta travel.
Oh,
even if you get in a car and go an hour up the street, you got to let your kids know they get
Right.
stuck in that small town mentality or even the city.
Yes.
They think you can't have an open conversation with them.
Yeah,
I always
I
find
could
out
not
kids
agree
that
more.
travel, you
Yeah.
can talk to them, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
'Cause
you're
they-
forced to have those interactions with people that maybe you don't see. You don't have those things that a 10-year-old being like, "There's a black person," or,
Right.
or opposite. You know, like, "Mom, there's white people here," or something.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
you
know.
mix it up.
I mean, yeah, I think for me, living in North City, St. Louis. So, like, when we played junior football and we had the opportunity to travel to Florida for tournaments, like that opened up an entire world to me because a lot of these kids and like myself was like, ain't nothing outside of St. Louis that I need to see.
Growing
And
up
then
an
you
hour
go out-
south.
and then you leave St. Louis
Right.
or you leave wherever you're from, and you're just like, oh, okay, this is something this is different.
How
This is my life.
mortifying it
Yeah.
was to run into an all-black team in an AAU tournament in 3rd grade. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then by the time you're in 5th grade, it's like, yeah, whatever. It's what you do. But it's funny. Those first interactions are super important.
Yeah. But then when
And
you get
where
to talk
take
to 'em,
those, oh, we're all doing the
You're like,
same damn
oh my
thing.
God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Just
perfect.
realize it. So we're not, that's the thing. People always say, we always say because you're different, it means you're judging people. I always say, I see race, I'm not going to judge you because of it.
Right.
And we are different. Doesn't mean we're better or worse, but we're freaking different.
What the hell's wrong with that?
Right. You don't want everybody being the same.
Right.
And my wife spends a lot of money. I don't. But it's like, but it balances out.
It balances out. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she really helped me realize, you're not enjoying life because when we went on 2 vacations growing up. Both times we drove to Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Okay.
And
Destined.
talk about a long ass drive with no air conditioning.
Oh, good.
Oh my God. We was in that the bootleg version of the Chevy Chase vacation station wagon. I was like, oh my God, real tomato ketchup, Eddie.
So that's script. That's a match.
So that was the only time I left Ohio. Really, was the 2 trips to Cocoa Beach. You know what I mean?
And you're running into your neighbors from Ohio, like, you guys are down here too? Like, I thought we'd see something new or different.
Yeah. But even this to drive down there and interacting with people, you're like this. Oh, not Not that different, really. You know what I mean?
No.
Not that different.
Trust me, when I showed up in Atlanta for the first time, I was a kid. I was like, "Oh, y'all just a more hood St. Louis. I like this place. I see why so many people come here."
Try being 17, join the military, and getting stationed in D.C. and knowing in the back of your brain, just like I knew I was going to be a stand-up, I knew I liked black girls. Shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. The first time I went to a nightclub, I lost my shit. I was looking around and my white buddy's like, yo, like 4 black girls just walked in. Like, I couldn't take my eyes off of them. They were at the bar. I was like in the corner. My God, we've done it. Oh, my God. I have found heaven. Take me now, Lord.
He's the old prospector. And just,
Yo, I got the Chocolate City. Fuck you.
God. Especially DC. Good Lord, you probably lost your damn
DC got employed black women. Like professional career lawyers, politicians and shit.
Want to go back to my house?
Oh, my God. This girl,
Wait
I'm
a
18 or 19. This girl took me to her house, and I'll never forget. It's freaking 3 a.m. Brought me orange juice like in the mimosa glass. You know what I mean? And I was like this. What the fuck? I don't deserve this. Right. I don't. I live in the barracks.
right.
Like, you want something to drink? You want some orange juice? I go, okay, I'll take some orange juice. When she brought it out, I was like, what the fuck? It's a flute? Is that what it's called?
I think it was a flute. It's probably
flute glass?
Champagne
Oh,
flute.
fuck you. Oh, my God.
Wait, was that
That's
a
still
test?
the most
Did I just
tastiest
fail?
orange juice I've ever had in my life. I don't know what was in it.
Was it because it
this fresh
precluded?
pulp?
Yeah. I'm guessing.
Go to Florida and squeeze this? I was just like this. What do you want me to do? I'm your sex slave tonight. I'm yours.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Obviously, everybody go to Helium Comedy Club this weekend. Check out GaryOwen.com. Keep in touch. Find out when this book's coming out. Support that. What's the podcast again?
Gary Owen, hashtag get some.
I just wanted to hear that again. That's fucking
Get
awesome.
some.
Do that. Be sure.
Hashtag get some. I do a crazy stepdad story every episode.
I'm gonna.
And we're like
download
on
that.
the 30th episode, and they're still coming. It's nonstop with that dude.
I'm subscribing
My
when we walk out of
stepdad
here.
was off. He's still off his rocker. I've never seen a guy like I've never met anybody like him. He's that out of just. He's crazy. He's freaking nuts.
I'm gonna check it out. You sold me on it.
Nuts.
Here this weekend. Travis, thanks to Logboat Brewing. Thanks to Barrel Beard and Tattoo Oil, all of our great sponsors for the morning show, for this show. And again, cannot say enough. Big show, June 2nd, weareliveradio.com. Indoor, outdoor, day festival. 6 local comics, Jonathan Kite, Ian Bagg coming in. Gonna be a blast. Guys, Gary, thank you so
Who's
much.
your sponsors again?
Welcome to St. Louis. We'll say Logboat Brewing Company.
You're welcome. That's what I'm going to say.
Thanks, Gary.